stick around too, Dane?
Hell no. I am sick of doing stupid shit like this. I'm always the one getting hurt.
I assure you, there is definitely not double the trouble at this place, okay? Easy money.
I'll show you easy money if I get out of this.
Just watch the monitors and make sure no one gets in or out like last time. And don't mess it up again. I'm gonna edit the latest episode of the show now. See ya. Wouldn't want to be you.
Oh, that's rich. That's really nice. Watching our favorite show without me. Well, I guess I better check out these cameras. Oh, what the hell? Are they serious right now? Nigel didn't say anything about this. Oh, what the frickin', what do I press? I can't frickin'! Oh,
You shouldn't have put me in a box.
Slappy. What a horrible nightmare.
Peeps! We just got back from seeing Five Nights at Freddy's Dose. This was the most anticipated movie, I think, since we reviewed the first movie.
Yes, this is the most anticipated movie in the FNAF franchise since we reviewed the first movie in the FNAF franchise.
Yeah. But we got our plushies here today. I was like, you know what, Nigel? I need to sit on it a little bit. I need to think. I was telling Nigel earlier that my thoughts were a little less uniform, and it's only because of the, I would kind of say, kind of slapped together ending, but everything else about this movie was awesome.
Yes, it was fantastic. And you know what? I'm holding the plushies all together because, frankly, Dave, I could have used a plushie myself for the screening that we went to, as you saw how I was treating that second act roundup.
Well, yeah, well, okay, because he already saw it.
Yeah, so nice Peepers, I saw it twice.
The mother fell asleep.
Jesus. It's true. It's true. I pulled an Exorcist.
Yeah, he pulled an Exorcist, but it's only because you saw it already. Yeah. So it's not like it's not like it was boring. I think that's a point that we were making. We were talking about this movie earlier. Is that the first movie had a lot of setting up and a lot of dream sequences that took way too long.
Yeah, there was a lot of. In fact, actually, that'd be a perfect comparison. The fact that I just brought it up. My biggest issue with The Exorcist was that it's one of these 70s movies that has, well, that's it, way too much exposition.
The whole first, I would say the whole movie, aside from the final 30 to 20 minutes, is setup.
It's all...
Now, for people who are into it, it's good and an intense setup, but if you're not scared by something like that, and if you've seen the movie a billion times, those parts are, you know. I had this exact conversation with a couple coworkers of mine at work a couple days ago. One of them said that any movie that's longer than 90 minutes, they can't watch.
I completely agree. When I see,
I didn't expect you to completely agree.
I completely agree. Here's the thing.
Well,
it needs an hour 45. I can give it like a little bit of wiggle room. But like, I remember when Infinity War came out, I was like, I'm not seeing this.
At least
when Endgame came out, I took a break in between my watch.
Really?
Well, it's like 3.5 hours.
But
Who
did you
has
miss
the time?
something?
Oh,
This
no,
is
no, no, no,
true.
no, no, no. Don't get me wrong. I paused it. I didn't just get up.
Oh, okay.
What?
okay.
What? You thought I was just
you
going
were
to
talking
get
about
up
the theater.
mid-movie? No.
I thought when you went and saw it in the
Oh,
theater.
no, I didn't see it.
Excuse me, projectionist. Could you
That's-
pause?
That's the thing. I could not.
I gotta take a
Hour-long shit.
Well, no. When they did the Batman.
Oh,
The
that
Batman
movie
was like 2 hour 40 minute. I was like,
That's one of those movies.
I slept through it. I slept through like
It's a comfort
An
movie
hour.
because you can sleep through it. Again,
Sin City. It's a comfort movie. Brandon Lee's The Crow. It's a comfort movie.
That's true.
Because, are you serious?
I agree with that.
You can sleep
I
through The
don't-
Crow.
I don't own The Crow, but like I never owned The Crow to do it. But like I've seen it a lot to been like, oh yeah, I could pop that on and fall asleep.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's got that black and white rainy.
It's
like,
and it's got that
cozy.
90s grainy like adventurous like early Marvel feel to it, even though it's not Marvel. Sorry about the yawning, folks. We're recording this at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
It's time for bed.
We did
2
that.
a.m. You're gonna get in. 3
We did-
a.m.
We did that midnight. We did that Cinema Snob midnight screening at Peepers, as you may remember. I kind of like the animatronics. I didn't, looking back, really like the first movie that much, and I just didn't want to say it because I thought it would get better, which it did. So now that I have seen one that is much better, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that first one was not so good. All the dream sequences for the kids running in the woods, that was just taking up so much screen time for characters that we don't know. Like, they introduce us, my brother Garrett. I don't
Yeah.
even know who you are, dude. I don't care about your brother.
Like I get why that's there, but that whole subplot was like taking up way more of the movie than it should have.
And then when we finally got to the animatronics, it was, let's build a fort. Let's
When
play.
you're talking in your sleep.
Yeah, for 45 minutes straight of this song.
When I was in the theater watching the movie, I was like, man, like right now, they're both on equal level. I feel like I'd have to rewatch the first one again, and then I guess rewatch the second one when I get the Blu-ray. I feel like I might have a definitive answer on which one's my favorite one in the future. But by that time, FNAF 3 might come out, and FNAF 3 is like my favorite game visually wise. You know what I mean?
Same here.
So
same here.
FNAF 3, if they do it good, might be my favorite of the three.
And that's the thing. I should correct myself. You asked me, well, would you get all of them on physical media? Once they release all of them, I will.
Okay.
Well, so long as like enough of them are good. Because so far, I've only really liked the second one. So as long as I really like the third one.
And you going into this did not expect this.
Oh yeah, I
At
thought because I didn't really like the first one that much. Like I thought it was okay. I was not expecting high hopes from the second one, especially because the second one, while the animatronics are slightly more interesting, as I've shown you guys on this podcast, even I find the second game to be really hard and therefore bad. Because that's my logic. If a game is very hard and I'm bad at it, then it is bad, not me. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I was just expecting the second one because the second one is somewhat boring as far as the game's lineage. Not so much as like it doesn't do anything. Of course it does. But that first game is iconic. It starts the franchise. It's, a big like, oh, what's going on at the pizzeria? Third one has the Fazbear's Fright, the horror attraction aesthetic. It's super scary. It's kind of incredible. It's super magical.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
The fourth one has, of course, the Nightmare animatronics. Second one is like, oh, it's the pizzeria again. Like everyone else has like a certain aesthetic.
Pizzeria again, but more.
Yeah. So I was not expecting the second one to be like anything crazy, but it completely subverted my expectations.
What I do like about the second movie is that it delivered on its promise double on its second time. because the second FNAF game, when it came out, was like promising double the animatronics, double the scares, double the trouble.
No doors.
No doors. This movie promised the same thing and then gave us the OG animatronics at the end, plus piranha puppets and puppet possessive capabilities. I think I said this to you before, or to someone, I can't remember, but I was like, man, people are saying the puppet's creepy, but I don't know how they're going to make the puppet creepy, because I knew the puppets in this movie, when they were doing FNAF 2, I thought they were going to have the puppet, as you see him in the game, floating around, especially when you saw at the beginning.
That like hovering legs.
I thought it was going to be the hovering puppet. They do more of a possessive kind of thing.
Yeah, where it just flies
which I
around
like.
and-
It flies around, but it possesses other people and makes them fly and makes them have puppet stuff. I like that. Because I feel like if they were going to go that route with the puppet, they really had to keep it in shadow to make it scary. Because having just the skinny little thing coming around, and it would have to move a certain way to look scary. It freaking flying headlong.
Oh.
It wouldn't look good.
But all that aside, let's jump into the real meat of the matter, because
I thought you were going to say skull ratings. I'm like,
Oh,
oh God. What
No,
time is it?
We're jumping into the meat of the matter with
Yes.
some creep notes that I took during our screening. First and foremost, and Dane will insert a picture here for the fans, I actually had such a great experience with my first viewing in the theater because I smuggled a ton of food. I smuggled in a full McDonald's meal. I smuggled in a soda in a water bottle that I put in my jacket. A full pint of Oberweis eggnog ice cream. Delicious. The will they, won't they for Vanessa and Mike.
Ooh, I have a point about this. The way they ended this, what? The way this franchise set itself up to be like a goofy gory time. Stop saying that. What? Goofy gory time. Or goofy gory fun. You ever seen It Chapter 2 Nostalgia Critic?
Oh, no. I haven't seen that. I was like, that sounds like a nostalgia critic bit.
Yeah. The way that they set this franchise up to be a goofy gory fun time, I thought that Mike and Vanessa, by the end of this, somebody started up the animatronics.
Yeah, where's the FNAF 1 ambiance?
Yeah.
Where's my opening act?
Hey, nice callback.
Hey.
They're going on dates at the beginning of this movie, and they're kind of like, "Is this oh, it's a nice day."
I don't like that, by the way.
They do it. They do the same thing in It, Welcome to Derry too.
Well, I hate the idea of these sequels where the characters are like, we're not dating, we're just here and we're fancy.
We're catching up over our trauma.
We're not dating. Kill yourself. We're not
We
dating.
definitely didn't bond over this crazy experience.
Unbelievable. Will they, won't they, won't they?
And, you know, I fully expected this movie to have them, you know, it all be fine at the end.
But I'm glad they didn't, because it would be too damn easy.
This is true. And is this setting
And
up
because
for...
Mike's right. Mike's right. Vanessa, okay, we'll get to it in just a second, but Vanessa does reveal that she is lying to him about how many bad things her father has done. She's like, I should have told you there were more victims. I should have told you he literally...
Yeah, but that's a hard thing just to tell somebody. This happens all the time in movies.
The highly publicized
You should have
killing?
told me! Well, like how, like at what point?
Because he didn't even know about Charlotte. He didn't know about the pizzeria in general until like the first movie happened.
You know what though? You're right.
Yeah.
After the first movie, they should have had a full breakdown with each other.
Exactly.
But she just kind of went, I'm gonna have crazy eyes and move on.
That's what I mean. Like, then it's just like, well, I don't need I'm sorry. I'm like, there.
I figured by the end of this, Because there's this whole thing where it's like, oh, she's not crazy. Like at the beginning, I keep want to call him Josh Hutcherson, but
Oh yeah, Mike.
Mike, he's like, stop calling her crazy. She's not crazy. We've just been through a lot, this and that. After all is said and done at the end of this movie, Mike straight up is like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
Stay away. You're just bad news.
And that's the thing, because we're introduced to, well, we'll get to it in a second, but we're introduced to someone related to Vanessa again, who is, you know, off to kill the Schmidt family, or what's left of them.
Right.
So
then Vanessa gets possessed by the puppet immediately afterwards, which I'm wondering, is this setting up for Vanessa as we see her in Security Breach? Because
it's possible.
if she is Vanessa, which pretty much she is, then at some point, if we're going down the Security Breach route, Vanessa has to turn evil at some point. Something has to happen. But they've presented this Vanessa as, I guess, seemingly nice, or on the side of the good since the start. But now she's possessed by Charlotte, the puppet.
Yes. Yes, and that was a surprise. We see the puppet, who we think is only going to possess kids, only to possess an adult woman by the end of it.
And that's the thing I also really liked about this. I told Nigel earlier, going into this movie, I was wondering what they were going to do with the whole villain situation. So we clearly have Mike and Abby and everybody. We have the good characters. You have your villain, William Afton, at the end of the first movie. And we know he's the villain of the third game, and I guess of the third movie, because we know that that's where they're going with the whole haunted house secret ending. Who is going to be the villain of the second movie? Because if William Afton is going to be in the closet till the third movie, then who's going to be making things happen in the second one? And I think in the games, correct us if we're wrong, but in the games, the puppet is more of like a good figure. The bringer, I bring life. I think the puppet's the one that brought the kids' souls into the animatronics. But in this movie, they made the puppet the villain. And inadvertently answering my questions of why is McKenna Grace so heavily featured in the promotional material for this movie? Because every Q&A or interview or red carpet, she was everywhere. And I'm like, okay, I get your McKenna Grace, but why are you have one scene. She doesn't. She's the puppet. I mean, she's a possessed puppet, but she's the puppet for most of when the puppet's doing puppety stuff. And then the puppet hides inside Chica's freaking stomach, which I thought was actually really cool. Because we like lose track of the puppet at some point. We're like, where to go? And then we see Chica, and she kind of becomes like leader of all the toy animatronics. She comes to find Abby later in her bedroom, and like she's like, "Whoa, the enchiladas got to my stomach," and it cracked, and puppet jumps out, possesses Abby, which, as short-lived as it was, that was pretty cool too. And because Abby is a lot smaller, they got to like have her up on wires and fly her around like a like a puppet, like Pee-wee at the end of his special. I'm flying. What are you checking the cameras?
No, I was waiting for you to finish. Here's the thing: we have, of course, as you mentioned, the puppet. We get the origin story. We get the introduction of Crying Child. But what I do like is that the villain in this one is just animatronic based. I think that this movie, and I think one of the strong suits as compared to the first one, because as I said, I like this one way more than the first one.
I think so too.
Is that the aunt played such a big part in the antagonistic
That's true.
role, and the fact that in this one she's not only not featured at all,
She's dead.
but they also mention her.
I miss that.
They mention her a
That
couple
went over
times.
my head. When did they mention her? Well, the
They
lawyer.
mention her a few times, like at the very beginning when Jeremiah is talking to
Really?
Mike. He's like, "Your aunt got committed. Your aunt," and he's like, "Hey, don't can we
Wait, so the
please
aunt's
leave?"
alive?
Yeah. The point is, I like that they did write her out because I wasn't a big fan of why is there a human that's not after the family related.
Yeah, and that also kind of felt early to do in your first FNAF movie when you want to have it more, you know.
Again, I don't know these characters. I don't care about Garrett. I don't care about your aunt.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
One thing I was also scared of for this movie was that it was gonna, because there were so many animatronics and characters and lore and stuff, that it was gonna do a Beetlejuice and have too much dun dun dun. Did you press the button? No! As soon as Vanessa and Mike had that moment where it's like, okay, you need to stay in the office and I'll go to the fair, and they split up, I was like, oh, are they gonna do that Star Wars thing where they cut to a scene here and then a scene here and then a scene here? The pacing was way better in this than the first one.
Yes.
And I think because there are more animatronics and not more characters. Had there been a whole abundance of human people, like you said, it probably would have brought the film down, because we would have had to focus on them all. Whereas they're animatronics, you know, we can have a few scenes of Bonnie or Freddy or whoever, and we can lose track of them. There's no big loss.
Yes. No,
They're not a character.
And then my next big note that I really like, another thing, talk about how good the pacing is, this movie also very much knows where the setting is. They let us know at the very beginning of the movie that this flashback sequence takes place in 1982, and when they start the actual movie itself, it says 20 years later. So we now know that the movie takes place in 2002, which lines up about the time from the first location in the first game, as we've come to find out about the first game that takes place in like early 2000 and not in the 80s.
Yeah, and the first movie. The first movie, there's a camera at one point that says the year 2000 up in the corner.
Yeah, so that's really nice.
Checks out.
Really nice to have some date confirmation and a freaking FNAF IP finally. Wayne Knight, great performance. He plays Abby's teacher. You might know him as Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park, Newman from Seinfeld Connection.
Seinfeld Connection.
He does such great work as a heel character in Mr. Berg. He's just, robotics aren't for everyone. F as in Fazbear? No. F as in fair. He's just very cartoonish and, you know.
And when he got taken down by Chica, which that whole part was great. That whole storyline with the whole robotics thing with him, that was awesome. But when he gets taken down by Chica, he screams just like Nedry.
Yeah, he's got that big, like, you know.
I can't even do it.
He's like exaggerated.
It's so specific to his vocal cords, you know what I mean? He
House.
also has that line about his keys.
Yes, the keys in his office gag. I love that. Millhouse. This little mulleted.
Oh, you know what?
bobble-headed-
Yeah, this kid never came back.
Yeah, they try to turn like, and no
They
offense
gave
to the
Abby
kid.
a friend.
They gave Abby this friend character, but he does nothing,
Yeah.
which is fine, but is also kind of like, okay, wait a minute. So then this kid's no one, but also he's someone. But
The last time, I mean, I guess he's just like there to help Abby set up her science project.
yeah, that's why I called him Millhouse. He's more plot filler than anything.
Yeah, and the last time you see him is he's just literally at the table where he's just like,
Yeah. Good brother-sister dynamic. I have that in my notes here. I really believe Abby and Mike to be like, it's not this usual stereotypical like, I hate you even though my parents are dead.
and they
so
kind
your
of did that in the
parents-"
first one.
Yeah.
And I still believe them as brother and sister in the first one, but they definitely did more of that in the first one. But this one, yeah. I like the orange slimy waterfall.
Oh yeah,
Gross out bit that they kept doing.
We also have. I also have a little bit of a bone to pick with this movie. I think you will too once you find out.
Okay.
IP infringement. Because who in the hell are these spectral scoopers?
Oh,
yeah, we know who you are. We know who you are. Spectral scoopers, genius. It reminds me a lot of sewer gators. Remember sewer gators from Resident Evil 7?
Yeah.
Ghost hunter.
And it's definitely more. It's definitely more of a Paranormal Activity parody than anything.
Yeah.
But there's more and more parody names that we're finding that are coming out nowadays that are so similar to Creepy Peepers. It's so funny.
The Creepy Podcast.
Oh, you. Hey, we should have. You know what? We should have a team up. We should have a kumbaya.
Yeah, we should have a
Creepy Podcast. If you know who we are, we didn't mean to not steal your name. Okay.
I'm very impressed with Scott Cawthon's joke writing. He's got and we see this in like Ultimate Custom Night and stuff. He's got good comedic timing. Breadcrumb bit.
Yes.
Breadcrumb bit works every time.
Yes. I think it's cool to. It's so weird to go from FNAF, early day FNAF, and then looking at Scott Cawthon's older religious video game work.
Mm-hmm.
And then going from that to watching a movie that was completely written by him. Because I think the last go round it was written by a few other people, but this was completely written by him.
Yeah. Scott Cawthon, Seth Kudeback, Emma Tammy.
Yeah. But this time it was written solely by Scott. I can kind of feel that, if that makes sense. Like, yeah, they were like, oh, you got to throw this in because you have to. Like, they did that. But the first movie felt like it was written by people with Scott's approval because they had to figure out how to turn this into a movie.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like, and this makes sense, whereas like now that the first movie is there, Scott probably was like, you know what, I can hold enough continuity for myself for the movies, so I'm sure he felt confident enough to fully write the second one.
AEW did AEW All Elite Wrestling did a Five Nights at Freddy's team up. I didn't know Piper Rubio was actually 12. I thought they were like, no, she's 12, but she's actually 35. No. A little shot at Stranger Things season college.
You know what? You're right. Season 5. Yeah.
27 years old.
No, we're 17.
Yeah. No, I do like that Piper Rubio is an actual child and not just some college student.
Also, this is Five Nights at Freddy's, and as much as us older guys like to be like, oh, this is the horror, this is scary, this ain't for kids. We were kids when we got into FNAF, and let's face it, it was only kids who held FNAF up like this.
Yeah.
So of course and you know what? I feel like in the first movie, Abby was a little a bit of an annoying kid character. Does that make sense?
Did you get that, Warner Brothers? Did you hear what Dane just said? Never cast him because of what he just said. You're never gonna make it in this town, kid.
In the first movie, Abby, because they were doing the whole creepy girl bit, and they were doing the whole oh, she's mad at me kind of thing. Whereas this movie, like you said, there's more of a brother-sister dynamic. You can see there's none of this baggage. I'm glad that they got a good child actress.
Yes. And
they didn't keep this annoying character and make the character stay annoying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they evolved the character.
Same thing with it, and same thing with a lot of stuff that has child actors in it, because I feel like for a while there, funny enough, ever since It 2017, there were no good children actors in anything for a while. Would you think so?
Yeah,
would you agree?
It wasn't. That's you look at the success of Macaulay Culkin.
It kind of became a gimmick after, like, it in Stranger Things. And I'm not saying like there were things capitalizing off of that specifically, but like where it's literally just
Good
kids.
Boys?
Good Boys,
Yeah.
yeah. Stuff like that where I'm like, okay, you've gone back to like, oh, watch it, kid. Dennis the Menace. Whatever happened to shit like Harry Potter and like, you know what I mean? Finding good child actors who can really, and not in your first go. Like, obviously, they're not Oscar winners in Sorcerer's Stone, but you know what I mean? Get a good cast, you know, not talk down to them, not make it a gimmick,
Yeah.
you know?
We get to hear that in this movie. And, you know, unlike the first one, which I think leaned a bit on the safe side when it came to, well, we're not going to service the fans. You know?
Yeah.
This one did lean into that in a good way.
Yes.
It wasn't the Beetlejuice, we're not going to do it. Well, we're going to say
I
we're
never
not gonna
once
do it.
really rolled my eyes at the fan service.
I didn't roll my eyes once at the fan service in this. I hated Beetlejuice, especially because, again, Tim Burton, we're not going to do it.
Yeah.
We did it, but we're not going to do it.
Yeah. And it's
This one I
so
really
obvious. It feels obvious.
It didn't pull you out of it in FNAF 2.
It pulls you out of it. But yeah, FNAF 2, it's again, everything. This is what I wanted to tell you. This sequel was like a huge melting pot of a lot of different stuff that other sequels have done. And it shouldn't work, but it does. In a weird way.
It works
Except
very
for
much.
the very ending, which, I mean, we'll get to. But, like, they give you bigger and better. They give you more animatronics. They give you more characters. They do all these things, and it works.
Yes. Michael Afton we get introduced to as well as a courtesy of the Spectral Scoopers, and he is cast so perfectly. He's off-putting. He's lanky.
He looks like Bill Skarsgård and Michael Keaton
he looks
put
like
together.
He looks like a lot of people's fan drawings of William Afton.
Yeah, this is true, which makes sense in a lot of people's fan drawings. A lot of FNAF fans portray him younger, whereas I like the distinction that they've made here, where it's like, you know, William Afton he's like gruffer. He's a little bit gruffer. He's a little older. He's got that yell.
You're
know,
my
You're my favorite daughter.
And that was another deficit of me seeing this for the second time, is the fact that, oh my gosh, is this movie funny when you don't take it seriously because you're seeing it the second time. You were my favorite child.
That is actually something Nostalgia Critic said, that there are a few moments in this movie that's like kind of awkward.
Yeah.
With some awkward performances.
I'm not afraid of you anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear about the thing about Quentin Tarantino where he was like,
Oh, Matthew Lillard.
Matthew
isn't a good
Lillard.
actor. Paul Dano.
Oh yeah, okay. Paul Dano. I don't know who else he said, but he was like, these are the worst actors.
Oh, we gotta talk about the perfect boat pratfalls too.
Oh,
the little river ride pratfalls. Okay, there is a which, by the way, a little bit of an not underutilized, and what do you call it? Oh, missed opportunity. A little bit of a missed opportunity. We never get to see the river ride like take place. I feel like that'd be a great thing for like people to jump out.
You never see the boats go through it.
But we get introduced to this river ride at the location of Freddy's that has the toy animatronics at. And so many people, well, not so many people, but like 2 people fall into this water, and both times it's hilarious. The first one
is the best. Because
Just
this literally
slip and
happens
fall.
out of nowhere, and you see the whole shape of the guy go in the water like a freaking Three Stooges act.
It's like a cannonball too, like size splash. And then later we see Mike do it. That's where we get our first really great kill. Like we get another kill, but it's not necessarily a kill yet, as we find out, because the puppet doesn't just instantly kill you. But we do get a really good kill.
It's a camera guy, right?
Yeah, he falls into the water in the riverboat ride, and all these little like puppets, which remind me. I think they're supposed to be kind of like the those little things from the like not Freddles, but whatever the little.
Oh yeah.
You know the little like wooden puppets from Sister Location that would crawl all over you. It's like that sort of thing.
Oh yeah. You know what? Because when those little puppets showed up, I was like, "What is the point of this?"
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a reference to those.
Yeah, Scott loves the little puppet thing, the little ones.
Yeah, and we get this great kill where they sort of piranha him to death. We see this nice cloud of blood. I love the workarounds. You can tell Scott is trying to get those big kills in, but also trying to stay within a modern day PG-13 rating. So when the guy gets dismembered by Mangle, we're only able to see it out of focus and then through the camera.
Yeah.
We
There's
can't see
less
the full kill.
gore in this one than the first one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if they were like, oh, well, we gotta tone it down / tone it up. I don't know.
Because honestly, there was a few things in the first movie that I was surprised they got away with for a PG-13 rating.
Mm.
There's that scene, I think we talked about it in our review for the first movie, where Mike is in the storage closet with Sparky the dog. And, he's in this, and there's all those people's corpses, and he can see the person's face half eaten off. That was creepy. I think it was that guy who got his face eaten by the cupcake, which I'm surprised did not make an appearance in this movie. Chica and the cupcake, because we had Toy Chica. Does Toy Chica have a cupcake? You want to know why?
Because Toy Chica does have a cupcake, and you know what else? He's voiced by CG5.
Is he?
No. And you want to know something?
I'm confused.
Well, no, I'll explain to you.
Okay.
Because you made a good point about the marketing. There is this one, oh my gosh. Fantastic. Hear that, Warner Brothers? Please cast me, Warner Brothers. I know how to play ball. But there's this great YouTube music maker guy. He's definitely not super annoying and super crazy, but...
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yep, he did one of the Q&A videos with the cast.
Yeah,
he's like,
I saw it.
I'm CG5. I'm the voice of the toy cupcake. I'm definitely really in the movie, and I'm not just lying to say that. Yeah, it's a great bit.
And did you hear his smug bit where he's like, "All right, guys, now tell me what your favorite Five Nights at Freddy's song is." It's definitely not CG5.
Yeah.
And then you freaking McKenna Grace, Piper Rubio, and Josh Hutcherson. They're like, I really like CG5.
Remember when they did the he played his song for them. Stick the clip in here, but he plays his song for them, and he's like singing along to it. I'm like, dude, you're singing along to your own song in front of people you don't know, celebrities you don't know.
And you know what? You know how many of you are that type of FNAF fan, making your own songs and then
look how bad this sucks.
Okay, you're not the living tombstone. Sorry your song didn't make it in the damn movie. CGI was not bad either.
I know, no.
Some people I've heard talk about like, oh, the puppet stuff doesn't look good.
Yeah, that was me during the movie.
That was. I mean,
kind of like McKenna Grace. We'll get to the CGI. I have it later in the notes. But something else I gotta hand it to, especially considering Scott's history. Not to say that hardcore Christians can't curse, but I really appreciate how much swearing there is in this movie. Again, PG-13 that feels like a PG-13. It's not just this freaking hell or Spirit Halloween the movie. We're PG-13. Why?
Oh my god. Well, yeah. Why?
I don't know. We didn't curse and we didn't show you literally anything, but we're PG-13. We begged them.
You could show that movie on Nick when the toddlers wake up. Okay.
When the cows come home.
Yeah, and when the cows come home, and not a damn thing will happen to your network.
Oh, we're just like that already there. skull rating. No. No, but the puppet CGI. The puppet possession scene was a little corny, but not too bad. So this is where I would say about the CGI. The CGI when she's crawling,
okay, yes. The speed up
that's
crawling.
pretty bad. But other than
They
that,
should
it
have
looks really
worked
good.
more on that to make.
Yeah.
Okay, this is also an overall complaint. They should have darkened things a little more.
Yeah. It's very saturated.
I feel like the first movie did okay with like lighting. The second movie, it's like places that are supposed to be completely dark or in shadow are lit by this like ghostly blue.
But you're absolutely right, and we're gonna get to a sequence.
Like the hallway scene, which in the game is completely dark. You have to shine your flashlight in order to know if there's anything in the hallway at all. They literally have a part where Mike, it's like he literally doesn't see unless he's looking up that way. And when he does, like they knock over a light and it shines on them, but they're still completely luminous because there's all these blue lights like behind them that's illuminating everything else. So it's like, what's the point of all of this light reveal when they're not in shadow in the first place?
Yeah.
So, and that makes it scarier. It's like the less you see, like Bonnie in the vent, withered Bonnie in the vent. That was great because it was
Shrouded in darkness.
there was
comes out of
just
nowhere.
enough darkness, the sound effects, and that's creepy when they're in the vents, you know?
We get to the sequence later on in the movie in which Vanessa comes back from a spin class, and this is more of a nitpick, but did you notice, like, okay, you were full sweat, like, seconds ago. You're just gonna lay right there down on your pillow.
Yeah.
Like, I know, like, it's your house, but I'm like, just want to, like, rinse off a little bit.
Shower or anything?
Like, you were full sweat. It's not like you were, like, a little bit on the floor. No, you were full sweat.
And she pulls a gun on someone.
Wait.
Oh, is that in your notes?
Yeah, I don't want to get through it too quick because that's hilarious. But, we get this sequence. And the funny part is, it comes after this really emotional moment. I didn't realize how funny this played until, again, the second time I watched it. We get this really emotional moment where Abby is using the fast talker. And she's like, I miss you guys. Where are you? And Mike's looking in the doorway and he's about to cry. Literally, as the tear is about to fall from his eye, we get
Yeah, it's the hardest cut, and you're right in her face, and it's
full sweat.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it's like,
I need a hero.
it's almost like you're like, oh, like, do we need to censor? Like, whoa, more.
It reminds me of Tim Burton's birth scene. I'm sorry, Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah.
You hear that, Universal? Don't ever hire me. Yeah, but we after that scene get we can't talk about Vanessa's gun just yet, but we will get to it because it wasn't until the second time that I'm like, okay, wait a minute. But we do get Vanessa like, okay, I gotta do something about this. I'm having visions of my father. Let me go home and try to do this nightmare. What do you call it? Something dreams? Lucid dream.
Oh yeah.
So she goes into nightmare mode, and then she's in her childhood home. We see this great childhood photo of them, or like family photo of them, and then she's like walking away, and the mom's trying to pull her back, like, hey, come back, and then William and Michael are just standing there. But we get this great chase scene and this great hide and seek scene where it's like, where are you? And he's chasing her, and it's very tense. And then look to my right, and to my surprise, Circus Baby.
Oh yes, this early drop was awesome.
And it's fully fledged, so they're probably just gonna leave it fully built until the movie.
And it's like perfect. How they managed to translate every single of these animatronics. I mean, except for slightly the first one. I feel like the first movie animatronics were tweaked a bit.
No, come on.
They
You
look
just
a little
said you
dopey.
loved them.
I love them, but they're a little dopey. That's why I like them.
No,
but
they are.
every animatronic in this movie they literally look like
They're
were
one-to-one.
grabbed. They're one-to-one. They look like
One-to-one.
they were grabbed right from the games, plopped into the movie.
What's a little weird even is that because they look so one-to-one in this movie, it's like, okay, what the hell was going on? Did you launder money in the first movie?
Yeah, and then the first movie, when they show up at the end, and it's like...
I'm like, Thriller, oh.
Starlight Sun.
But this nightmare sequence is great. We get this great scene in which, like, all of these doors open. It's like PT Silent Hills.
There's
and he just
white TV static in each like room.
Yes, it was just such an immersive. And then we get these great like flashes of here's her as a child. She like pulls the gun and then she turns into her when she's the security guard.
And then you got Matthew Lillard doing his thing.
You'll always be mine.
Oh like, yeah, okay. He's on the ground. Oh yeah, when he falls and he's like,
yeah, Mad Men. We get this confusing scene though later on, like about 5 or 6 minutes after that, in which Abby, she goes to find the new animatronics, and then does find the new animatronics. Then we later on get about 5 or 6 minutes after said nightmare scene. Nightmare sequence, we get this really kind of weird scene. Only weird is in like it doesn't really make sense from a story perspective, considering she just left to go see the animatronics. But Vanessa tells Mike, well, she said that Freddie and Chica helped build her robot. And he's like, yeah, well, she's just a kid. She's a kid with an overactive imagination. And it's like, dude, didn't she just leave the house like literally a day ago to go see animatronics that weren't there? Well, yeah, like it doesn't make much sense. Because the toy animatronics aren't the animatronics from FNAF 1, how do they know how to contact Abby? Why do they know who Abby is? How do they direct her? Remember, we'll show you the way to this pizzeria you've never seen. How far away is the pizzeria?
Find us.
Like, how do they know how to locate her there?
Yeah.
Like, it just,
And you could say that it's, I guess, because there's a theory that William Afton has sort of like a hive mind sort of connection, therefore there's kind of like a streamline of information running through this whole situation. So therefore Charlotte knows about Abby because of William Afton's experience. You could say that. That is the best I could come up with, though. And that's a stretch.
You could say that. That's
right. You could say that. They don't really explain that part.
Yeah.
But that's the only big
that's the thing
we could think of.
It's more of a nitpick than anything, but it's worth mentioning.
Yeah, that's pretty darn good.
Yeah. Though let's wrap around back to a bit on the lighter side. Vanessa's gun. Because when she goes to see the animatronics that Abby was playing with, the fact that she's instantly ready to pull the trigger, it's like, okay, you're trigger happy, lady. Because she almost shoots this nice guy from her spin class while she's having her
guns
hallucination.
a lot in the first movie too.
Yes, I don't know why they made her some sort of freaking NRA champion, but
she's crazy.
Yeah, she's got those crazy eyes. And then, of course, my favorite bit, one of the classic bits, the "Who said that" bit we get in this movie. You're such a dick, Mr. Burke. Who said that? My favorite during the science fair. Toy Chica fears. Still weird that she's just wearing panties.
Well, here's the thing.
You hear that, Warner Brothers? No. Go ahead.
That's how it was designed in the original. I mean, it's still weird. I don't. Like, okay.
We're not saying that Scott's a weirdo, but
maybe
it
when
just
Scott
is kind of a weird design choice.
It's a weird design choice, but maybe when Scott designed Toy Chica and made that plate yellow colored like the rest of her, maybe it looked weird. Maybe he thought that looked worse. You know what I mean? Maybe he was like, But
Oh yeah.
original
I can see
Chica
that.
has a pelvic bone of the animatronic
Yeah.
structure. That part's yellow. Like basically everyone's pantless because they're all animals. Like it shouldn't matter. Thank God our FNAF heater turned off now.
Yeah, but it is a little weird. It has always
It's
been a
weird,
little
but you know what? At
But it
this
doesn't
point,
come
it's
across as
been-
weird as you'd think.
It's been a
in the
10-year
movie.
long design. Right. It really didn't cross my mind, honestly.
Yeah. Corey Kenshin cameo.
Here she is.
We get a return of Corey Kenshin as the cabbie, and we get a nice little Chica losing her beak.
Yes.
Yes,
Which
because
I
there was
thought
no other way.
I thought she was gonna do that, like, cause she does it in the game. She takes it off to be scary. I thought she was gonna do that, but she doesn't. Oh well, that's fine. Also,
Oh, that's the thing. I figured since there was no other way to naturally fit it in, I do.
At least
like
they did it.
Yeah, they still did.
they still did it, and in the same scene, I wish that they gave. It's like it's the same bit. And I get like it's the same bit, like he's the same cab driver, like they could do the same scene, but he literally says the same thing that he did in the first movie.
Yeah.
Or he does the exact same thing.
Why do I always...
Except it's slightly tweaked because it's this again.
It's kind of like the Home Alone 2. We did it again! Ah! You want to know something? That is the only thing in Home Alone 2 that I don't like.
The we did it again.
No. I don't mind that we did it again. Don't come up to the camera. Okay.
And
Yeah.
the scream.
Yeah.
Ah!
Kevin's the surrogate for the audience.
Yeah.
Don't freaking the parents. Ah! Don't
I
look
will.
at me.
I
Don't
will
look
be
at me.
honest. That part throws me off when I watch it.
I was gonna say that's the only thing that gets me. I don't mind that we did it again. That's
We left
fine.
Kevin. Ah!
Yeah, why
You're not a
not run
cartoon.
back?
What are you doing?
Exactly.
This is a Cat in a Hat.
That's the thing.
You're
Yeah.
weird.
When you get these main characters and they talk to the audience, it's like, let me tell you why. It's like, that's one thing. But yeah, when these friggin' random miscellaneous tertiary characters who forgot their own kid come up, I'm like, dude, I'm not on your side. Get out of here. Scream duo back together again. Skeet
Skeet
Ulrich.
Ulrich and Matthew Lillard.
Yes.
Who, it's great that they're both in this movie. This is okay. And this is part of what I was saying of how this weaves in a lot of good sequel stuff together. They go bigger and better, but they're also setting up for another sequel. This is definitely a middle part, and it's kind of like Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 1, where they're really taking their time, and it doesn't matter if they're leaving things undone, because they're setting up for another movie.
Exactly.
This movie had both of that. It had the bigger and better, and it also had like that middle ground, like, oh, here's the middle point where our characters are struggling. So it makes me wonder, like, is Vanessa gonna go full evil? Or is there gonna be the kumbaya, oh, welcome back, Vanessa. I should have believed you all along.
I think we'll just have to find, because they still haven't kissed yet. And we know that that's the end game.
They don't like to say they're dating.
Yeah. We're not dating, we're just friends who touch each other. We get the Wayne Knight kill, finally, that we were teased in the trailer.
Yeah.
With a great Kali head crush from Chica.
Which you don't see.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't even see, like,
You don't
blood
even
rush
see.
down.
You could have done a shadow. You could have done something.
Oh, a shadow would have been great. I love when they do a CGI shadow.
Yeah, they did that in the first movie with the chomp.
Yeah.
And when they chopped that lady's legs off, you literally just see Wayne Knight being like, ah!
Yeah.
And then you just hear a noise, and then he falls over.
And there's a line I have for the next note here. Chica has a line.
Oh, here we
I
go.
just want to see what's inside your head. Then she does the great Kali head crush. And she says, just as I thought. Nothing in there at all. Which I thought fell flat. I mean, granted, there's not a lot of great lines that would have worked there. Like, there.
You know what?
The best
But
one I could've
honestly,
thought of-
anything. Try something else.
Well,
you know?
but I was sitting there trying to think of one while we were sitting there, and I was like, all brains, no brawn, maybe. Because, like, she's stronger than him, but he's smarter or something.
Right. Or like, let's take apart this side's project or something
Oh,
like
that's
you know what I mean? Something like that.
Yeah. I think for my project, I'm gonna do anatomy of the human brain. Right.
Something.
But yeah, nothing in there at all. I'm like,
Not only did that fall flat, but then they say it 2 more times.
it's like the
Some
John
nights
Bonet.
they do it thrice,
Yeah.
and it falls flat.
Her legs
each
were harder to
time.
close than a John Bonet. At least her legs were harder to close than the Gordon Ramsay case.
Where the heck did my drink go?
Gameplay used as a set piece. We get to see Mike play FNAF 2 essentially, which I think is really cool.
And this is something you kind of got in the first movie,
Kind
but
of.
you really didn't. I don't feel like you felt it.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
This one, when I see the withered Freddy with his hand, that sold it for me.
This movie has a lot of moments where, like, remember when we got that Warner Brothers Five Nights at Freddy's 2 like announcement teaser, where it was that Freddy reaching out and he's grabbing the Warner Brothers logo?
Yes.
You remember how excited? And like now, this is the movie that we were imagining in our heads when we saw that. Like, it's here.
Yeah, this one, like I said, this one more than pretty much anything. I was like,
Because at that point, FNAF 2 is out. We're like, wow, they only need to make 2 movies. It can't be that hard. Now that they have freaking 11,000 different Five Nights at Freddy's games. Hey, but you know what, though? Plenty of stuff to pull from. And, oh, you all right, Muddy?
he just woke up from his, I was going to throw up. No.
He looks like he's going to. Are you going to throw up?
He might have had a nightmare, actually.
Oh, is that what that is?
Think about it, cold sweat. Oh. Security breach / Wizards / Scott's House of Villains, as I called it. When we see the Wizards power up, we've got the toy animatronics, and then, of course, later on we get the FNAF 1 animatronics.
And that goes with, like, I love how there's references to future games, like we were talking about with Circus Baby earlier.
Yeah.
That was just cool to see, because it's like, oh, if Circus Baby is here right now, this early, like you said, 3 games early, then this is kind of like insurance of like, oh, we're going all the way.
Yeah.
She's coming back. Because they kind of did that with the first movie. They put things from the other games in the first movie
To kind of...
to cement them as like, yeah, we're revisiting this.
Yes.
Just so you know.
And not only that, we get the cameo you've all been waiting for.
Markiplier. I mean...
Shadow Bonnie.
Shadow Bonnie. Oh, You know what, though? Awesome.
Yes, that was so good.
And it had...
Blink and you miss it.
It was a blink and you miss it. And it was a genuine blink and you miss it. Not one of those, did you see that 5-minute long thing in the corner? Blink and you'll miss it.
Well,
it was genuine. Like, I was looking down and I happened to look up right in time to the screen to see it happen.
yes.
And I'm glad I caught it. I was like, oh, how cool is that? And it's right when the shot changes too. It's like right when it cuts and right when he turns the light on.
We get a potential Shadow Freddy cameo. I looked into it.
Did you find it?
No.
Has anybody found it?
I'm
Is it
not.
fake?
I'm not convinced that it's actually.
Wow. This is really, really nerdy. We're getting into real FNAF nerd territory.
Oh, we get a great. Speaking of the animatronics that were a bit rare to see in this movie, Mangle, surprisingly. Mangle, we get a big CGI fest.
But it looks
But
good.
it looks good. It looks good. And granted, the whole scene wasn't CGI. It was just this one specific shot that I know you're going to know exactly. It's the one where she's swerving on the road. And I'm like, this...
And it's on top of the car.
Yeah, I'm like, this looks like
You could
Nostalgia
tell.
Critic.
well, I mean, it didn't look like Nostalgia Critic, but I mean,
well, no, in
you
all
could
fairness,
tell it
Nostalgia
was
Critic would be like
CGI.
cardboard
Yeah.
that he green
It'd
screen.
be a PNG that they drew themselves.
Some
the
generico
Casper.
music underneath.
Yeah.
But that was a good sequence.
It was
pretty scary.
good.
When he
And
punches the hand through and he's this giant creature factory hand.
that was one of those moments where I was like, oh, okay, they had budget for this movie for sure.
Oh, 56 million.
Oh, dang.
Yes.
How much was the first?
I think only like 23 to 30.
Wow.
Convenient silent steps for the animatronics. Here's the thing. Again, a bit more of a nitpick. I understand time and place. You know, you need to build suspense somehow. Yeah. But can you not remind me every 10 seconds that at each time an animatronic steps, it's some big boom, 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 only for somehow withered Freddy to sneak up on
this far away from Mike in the office? Yeah.
We get the return of the lawyer, I assume, due to the fan base.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much.
Yeah, they really popped for him.
And this is double reinforcement with that because there was a FNAF. They did the FNAF movie book, which is like a novelization of the script for the first movie. And in it, Doug the lawyer is written to be like a sleazy, kind of gross, like guy.
Yeah.
Who's like hits on women. And it was changed in the movie. And then he became popular, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And then on to the famous ending. We get this big climactic ending with Michael Afton, the FNAF 2 animatronics, or the toy animatronics, I should say. Vanessa, the puppet, as it had previously inhabited Abby, Mike, and then after a little bit of help, here come the FNAF 1 animatronics to kill them. Jeremiah comes back.
That scene was dumb.
Him.
When Mike goes to the location and they do that, can you please help me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If you really cared, you possessed robots. If you really cared, you would help me out.
It is a little
Okay,
dumb.
never mind.
It is a little dumb, mainly because where have they been? They don't really explain that ever.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be like, okay, it's not so bad. That being said, though, good job bringing back the old. So that's just how I had it written. Good job bringing back the old animatronics. Wasn't cringe. It wasn't like some old versus new. What's gonna happen? SFM. Even got a sequel that actually let dead people
move on. Oh, he's over there.
Oh, actually let dead people move on. Let's pretend Beetlejuice is in front of me.
Yeah, it was good that we got closure to the original animatronics, because that was something going into this that I was like, so did we just forget about those other ones and we're just gonna move on? Because I know there was Withered and I know there was Toy, and for me that was already way too many to keep track of. So you've got OG set at the end of the movie, Withered set, Toy set.
Yeah, it is a lot. It is too many.
You got
cooks.
3 sets. You got 3 sets.
Yeah, you got three. You got 3 sets.
You got 3 sets of the same cast of characters.
Yeah, 2 McFlys with the same gun.
Yeah,
but ending was good. Puppet CGI could use work, but overall, that's kind of what I thought. But we're now on to
my overall thought was ending was shite.
With that bombshell, let's jump right into Skull ratings. I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. I was gonna give it a 9.
Wait, I want to know what I gave the first one. What did I give the?
I don't have that info. I'm sorry.
Okay, I want to give this movie a 9.
You know, I was gonna give it a 9, but I was worried I was being too generous. But you know what? I will give it a 9, considering how much it made me believe.
Both give it a 9.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9.
Nice. You know what? And that makes me happy because it's like fulfilling. Do you think over time that this movie will kind of go down like the first movie did?
It just depends. It just depends how much better the third one is than the second one.
That's true. But how cool is it going to be when we have the FNAF trilogy on our shelves? The little Blu-ray set.
I'm ready.
Purple, red, green.
I'm ready. Like I said, if I can get a collection, I'd get the collection. All right, MVP, LVP.
Ooh.
I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Choose wisely.
My MVP is my favorite animatronic from this era, and it's Withered Freddy.
No, I get nervous because a lot of times I have to beat you to the punch. But
Like
I was
you
like,
did? What was it, last review?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's the thing. I had to be careful. No, but that's good because my MVP is Wayne Knight.
Oh, okay,
Wayne
cool.
Knight. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
He won me
He
over
did a
the
good
minute
job.
who said that.
Yeah,
he did great.
I picked Withered Freddy because that is just peak Five Nights at Freddy's, what it's trying to be.
Yes.
And I love that zombie-esque walk that they do, all the Withered animatronics do, and that torn look, and just that grimy, dusty, scary. That's when Scott set out to make Five Nights at Freddy's. I feel like that was it. That was prime.
Especially in like a scale sense in regards to like the movie versus just on the games.
My LVP, which this is nice that it's kind of hard to find an LVP in your movie. Very nice. That's a good compliment from the Creepy Peepers. I would say my LVP. Oh, here, side MVP will be McKenna Grace. Okay.
All right. You want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay. Well,
Go
I was
ahead.
saying if you're gonna take so damn long. My LVP, because it could honestly be anyone, but you know what? Only because we didn't get to see her that much. Charlotte? It's Charlotte, right?
You know what?
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah. Charlotte, only because we don't get to see her that much, despite the fact that she's literally supposed to be the biggest, or the big antagonist for the movie. And I understand, well, we see the puppet, and it's like, well,
And her.
but we don't actually, you know?
We don't see the puppet.
We see McKenna Grace, and we see Abby, and we see, what's her name? Vanessa. We see Vanessa as a puppet. We see 3 different girls become the puppet. Only very briefly do we see glimpses of Charlotte. Why we don't see Charlotte's parents? Or we do, sorry. It's Henry. But we don't see a lot of build as to why Charlotte hates all parents. Because do we believe she hates her dad? Do we?
Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's like none of that.
We're talking, sweetie.
Yeah, okay. That was another thing.
That is a little
A
dumb.
little bit forced.
Yeah.
It was a funny bit and everything, but the idea that, and I get it was the 80s, but the idea that parents would be that negligent, even in the 80s,
Right.
that was like some 1910s level, like, nonchalance.
Yeah. But as far as when they showed Charlotte's ghost towards the middle of the story, when they showed young Vanessa putting her to sleep with the music box, dude, they just painted
They
black
painted on the
tears, and I'm
black
like,
tears.
I get
It wasn't even the
but-
tracks, it was just black tears.
Right. And it took me a second to remember, like, oh yeah, like they show the ghost children as like really there. Like I remember that being a holdover from the first movie.
Yeah.
But it still took me out of place. I'm like, wait a minute, is she alive? I'm like, oh wait, no, she's not. But what? Like, you're representing her being dead like this? Like, and I was like, okay, I get it. Puppet crying child, like I get it.
Yeah.
And it was cool. The transition when people transform, like when the puppet goes in and out of forms, they always hide it. Like when it comes out of what's her name? Abby?
Yeah.
When it unpossesses Abby, they don't show it. You just kind of imagine it, her puking it up, I guess, because she makes little puking sounds.
And that's the thing. I don't know if it was just a CGI budget constraint or if it was just
There's just a lot of things in this that they just like, we'll just choose not to show it.
Yeah.
And we'll be fine.
But then again, sometimes your brain filling in the gaps can be scarier. And that was Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
What the?
It was better than FNAF 1.
Yeah. Yeah. And it really made for a good Christmas season.
Oh, right. The 12 Days of Creepmas are just getting started. So we will be seeing you on the next episode of the Creepy Peepers
Podcast. Bye-bye.
Bye.